beautiful day, even though we we are always dealing with a whole lot of hard issues. Okay, Boko Haram has a lot of informants in the military. Those who are fighting them, many soldiers have been caught um, smuggling arms to Boko Haram. Sometimes soldiers fighting the battles. At the hardest part of the battles. You always, maybe you have seen some videos where they allege that somebody from among them leaked the information that led to no way anybody would have known that we are going to follow the route, not uh, if not for maybe precise and accurate information given to the enemy. And I can tell you that these people are everywhere, planted everywhere. Some have seen Boko Haram as jihad. That is, they are using it to wage religious war. Some have seen it as an ideological war. For some, it is a mere criminality. So, but of course, those others also who embezzled money meant for security, who shortchanged the soldiers fighting at the front, who buy inferior equipment and embezzle money, those who do not pay them the approved allowances, who divert their monies, these are all agents of Boko Haram because for whatever reason, for whatever is motivating you, the moment you are compromising the battle, the moment you are making it difficult for the soldiers to record victories, achieve success, then you are an agent of, but much more than that, comfortable with this very particular policy of the government in capturing Boko Haram members and then recycling them, as in, laundering them, that we have rehabilitated them and they should go back to the society. I don't know how successful that is. I don't know the wisdom, but you see, Nigeria is a very funny place. I can't imagine people I mean, the American government arresting or Israeli government arresting Hamas people, and then after some time they will say, okay, we're releasing them back to the society because they have pledged to become good citizens. But we do it here, and we've not seen any improvement in, because the thing is that those who are caught waging wars against the country, that's treason. They should be punished according to the law. But are they doing it? No, they are not doing it. Or they are busy chasing rats. Fulani herdsmen are killing people and everywhere. In fact, it's no longer Fulani herdsmen, but Fulani militia, a kind of army, well-equipped army. When you see them, the videos we've seen, they wear military clothes, have more arms than our soldiers. The kind of guns they have. There was a video I saw 2 days ago. These people had, there were many filing by, very excited, ululating, and you could see that they were very happy. Either they were coming from a mission that was successful, or they were looking forward with high expectation for victory where they were going. They were just with RPGs, military grade equipment. Yet, we are chasing shadows that you catch. The other day, the governor, we saw an old video of the governor of former governor of Akwa Ibom saying that they arrested some people and they were ordered to release. I don't know what I was referring to, but whoever will order for people with AK-47 in military or police uniforms to be released, whether they were political talks, Fulani herdsmen, or Boko Haram or whatever, that person is an agent of, Boko Haram. 2025 UTME, as JAM exam, we didn't target the southeast, according to JAM. You see, in this country, things have happened in ways that it will be very difficult for certain stories, for certain narratives not to be pushed. When what is happening is always happening in a particular way, either victimizing a particular people or, in fact, something like that, then there will be every reason for somebody to say, yes, it's not, it's a premeditated, carefully plotted, planned, and executed um, sabotage against people. Like when you look at what happened to Jam, why is it that it happened mostly, if not only, in the southeast? These are people who already, these are children. When they were in secondary school, some of them couldn't go to the school. The door of discrimination was shut against them, or opened, and swallowed them up, because they were discriminated upon. You needed to score maybe 200 when others were scoring uh, 10 for the same exam. Those who score 10 will succeed, and those largely from the southeast will have to score 10 times what the other person scored, the same exam, before they gain admission. So after suffering to go to secondary school, and then the times we came technical glitches, the other day they say human error. Which kind of error that caused that? Some people died. Some people, I remember the day they did the rerun exam, I was in a village. My friend's in-law went to Nsuka to write this exam. Her center was a Bishop Shanahan hospital. She started this exam around 4 5. By the time they finished and came to the park, there was no vehicle. They had to trek all the way from Nsuka to Hodo. A young girl, do they deserve that? If it is not punishment, deliberate punishment, what was it? And is anybody punished for that? Being punished for that? Is anybody being reprimanded for that? So why wouldn't it happen again? They told us that there was a glitch in INEC server that led to uh, 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 real-time uploading of result and displaying of result couldn't be achieved. Was anybody punished for that? No. This jam, this thing, was anybody, is anybody being reprimanded? I don't think so. The jam register came and wept. We know that we have always had crocodile tears. Maybe he was crying because he has been caught. I don't know. You see, you were saying that he couldn't have been only started because Lagos. Go and find out the statistics of those who are writing jam in Lagos. The Southeasterners are usually up to half or more there. Okay, look at, there was a result published, a news item published in online. The three persons who scored the highest result, I don't know whether that is true. I don't know. I think they are Southeasterners, but they are not. I think one is in Lagos. There are three states outside of the Southeast. So every time you could see concerted effort, deliberate effort to stop the Igbos. It's not, I mean, not maybe just one crying wolf. It's not. It has been shown. It has been shown. Even the way some people attack it will be because it has the potential to challenge the stereotype. According to them, the unwritten policy in Nigeria that no Igbo man should be the president, Obi came out with a very credible chance of becoming the president. Go to the social media and see what others, people from other places are writing about him. And look at what is going on. All the efforts being made to frustrate, his emerging from any party to challenge the sitting government. You could call it politics, but I can also tell you that there is a kind of unity, concerted efforts to do this. Probably if Obi wasn't an evil man, it wouldn't have been as hard as it is. Forget that we saw in the news Obi and Atiku were cooperating. What did Atiku do to Obi last time? And nearly everyone except outside of the south, I mean within southeast, supported it. Everybody frustrated it. Not because necessarily it was Peter Obi, but maybe because he was an evil man. So the point I'm making is that it has been too many, too repeatedly, too consistent for a pattern for anybody to say it just happened. But that is what they do in Nigeria. Every time the woman is always the victim of one thing, either accident or technical glitch, and we suffer. But finally, on this, what they don't know is that apart from radicalizing and hardening the Igbos of Nigeria, the rest of the country, they are making, because anybody who has to, be tough to survive, eventually will be tougher than the rest. Because while others were not facing any challenge, sleeping, having it easy, that person who works very hard, who needed 10 times the efforts to go to school, to score, they will challenge you to read and read and read and read, and then score 10 times what they are scoring. What they have just helped you to do was to be 10 times more intelligent, because at the end of the day, go outside Nigeria and see those who are migrating, who are doing well, who are doing better. Those Nigerians that are holding good positions, that are making waves globally. Where are they from? And these are products of um, the Nigerian policies of exclusion, the Nigerian policies of make it harder for them to thrive. You cannot, and I can tell you, don't ask me whether he was trained or not, because he was saving their lives. His children were all speaking Hausa and this rural Hausa and Igbo. So, what do you say about that? Finally, let me look at El-Rufai confirms will be Atiku coalition. El-Rufai confirms will be an okay. What role will Obi, whether these people are not even working for Tinubu and they are telling us they are working against Tinubu? Fair the way he did during the last election. Who would want as the presidential candidate? He's not being sincere. There is nobody in Nigeria today that has the organic, the mass following acceptance and the voters that are prepared to follow him to deliver this country, except Obi. There's nobody. Is it that they are not seeing it? I think Atiku, instead of, because if Atiku had calmed down and allowed Obi to be the presidential candidate of the PDP, I'm not sure whether Tinubu would have defeated him. I'm not very sure. Atiku would have been in government either indirectly or directly, But the same thing is playing out again. Even the same air fire and all that. Let us see the arrangement they are making, you see, to know whether, but if anybody says that Peter Obi will be made a vice president, let me tell you, then know that it is a stratagem, designed to finally weaken Obi and make him lose out, because not many are prepared for Obi to be a vice president. And you are asking me, so the south, you remember the north, nearly some of them, some of their politicians nearly destroyed Nigeria because Jonathan, who was statutorily elected with Yaradua and who should have naturally succeeded the president, they were not happy because they said the north should have been in office for 8 years. Okay, now if it is the turn of the South to be in office for 8 years, and after 4 years, you want it to go back to the North again, and probably another Fulani man after the Fulani militia is doing in Nigeria today, that became worse when Buhari came and officially to support what they were doing in every way. So if anybody today again wants the North to be there, I'm not saying that, I'm talking about the politics we play in Nigeria. If after the North, then come to the South. Let us not even talk about South East, South South, and Southwest. But at least as Tinubu is there, if people don't want Tinubu again, and we say it is rotating between the North and, they should look for another Southern. But let us see how it plays out. But it will be difficult to sell any other Northerner to most people from the South, because that is not the principle that is guiding the zoning and rotation, as we were made to understand that the politicians are practicing about the
All right.
elections.
Thank you, Workshet. Let's quickly go to the talk lines. Our time is fast spent. This is 7:40. Quickly, go straight to your point. There will be no time for running